Hello everybody, I am Pikerize and I am back on the GopherCraft server, and today I'm not going to do what I said I was going to do in the last video. I'm not going to work on the storage area. Got a bit of a headache because my floor pattern wasn't laying out like I had hoped it would, and I got frustrated, so I'm going to just kind of mine and kick back a little bit today. So I am down below the storage area. There's a set of stairs that went through here. And I think I'm going to go down this way. I think it was this way to an abandoned mine setup. Get a drink of my coffee. Yeah. Yes. I was down here the other day, and I died. And I lost everything. Then I came rushing back down trying to find everything, and I died again. So unfortunately, I lost my nice pick. I lost everything. And it really stinks. But that's what happens sometimes. So we're just going to kind of go along here and do some gathering. Maybe I'll chat a little bit. So, was it the previous episode or the one prior to that? I was talking about the D&D game that I run. And I was, I got some good responses. My buddy Max Ryder said he enjoyed it. For those who don't know, Max is a buddy of mine from back up in Ohio. He used to run D&D campaigns for us before he moved away, and I moved away. I moved away before he did, so so he was saying that he enjoyed it, and oh God, I forgot your name now, and I'm very sorry. Tracy something. She said, as a person who doesn't play D&D, she still enjoyed it, so thank you very much for your kind words there. But my group of friends down here, we have been talking about a game that another one of the players and myself kind of brought up as a what-if scenario. Let's kind of start from the beginning. The particular characters are from various games, but they are all within the same world. They all exist in the world of this DM's creation, and have had multiple stories about them. And let's strike that. Let's start. Let me explain this better. Okay, so one of the members of our group has run a campaign for years, probably 15, 20 years easily. He's been running essentially the same world. And his wife's character is obviously one of the most powerful because she's been one of the longest run characters in that world. Where am I going? Okay, this way. She is in charge of a very powerful city. And pretty much all of our characters have since gone there from different campaigns. I've never actually played in the game where she played her first character. But I have characters that now live in the city that she is in charge of. This leads to a campaign that we played that all the characters were evil. And initially, all of the characters were a type of elf called a drow. They are evil drows. They are evil elves, not evil drows. Yeah, you know what I meant. They are evil. They do horrible things. And it was a matriarchal society. So obviously in our group it was the female who was in charge. And this led me to play a character who was mute. I played a mute character. He had his tongue cut out. And that was my choice for him to not have a tongue and not be able to talk, to keep me from being the person in charge, because our group tends to look to me to be the person in charge. Whether consciously or subconsciously, I end up being the voice of the party quite often. So during that campaign, the female leader of the group killed my character. And I enjoyed that character so much, I got the DM to let me bring that character back to life. This time, excuse me, as a very powerful undead that isn't supposed to exist anymore. It was such a powerful undead that the gods, excuse me, a powerful undead that the gods had said, you're not allowed to, these aren't allowed to exist anymore. They're too dangerous. And so, of course, my guy came back as this very dangerous form of undead. By the end of that campaign, we had killed the goddess that was the goddess for the drow people, the evil elves. Like I said, it was a matriarchy, so of course their top deity is a female. We had killed her, and my character assumed all of her roles and powers. Which, of course, when you've had someone who's been oppressed their entire life, had their tongue cut out for daring to speak back to a female, he did not take the mantle of power with grace. Completely overthrew everything. The females were no longer in charge. Now the males were in charge. And things got hairy. This leads to now the idea that the one player and I had, she is the player that has control of a city that is directly threatened by my character's god powers. Like, he will eventually do something very horrible to her city and to her people and to her. And so we had the idea that perhaps some bit of that old female god that was killed survived. Kind of like a Sauron kind of thing, like just something about her didn't go away. And agents for her or her directly have contacted the leader of the city and asked them, please help us reinstate this evil goddess to her rightful position that this god, or this drow, this evil elf, assumed. And that was the gist of the story. Like, you know, kind of a very high-level campaign, bring back some old names, you know. And so far, it's received very warm leanings. Like, the DM's behind it, all the players seem to be behind it, which brought up the question, who the heck am I going to play? It's got to be characters that are already established in the world. And I've got a few, but it's just like, okay, who am I going to play? I have my first character when I moved with this group, who is a rogue ranger combo, rogue ranger fighter combo, actually, I think. And, you know, yeah, he could work, but with how I played him, it wouldn't make sense. He doesn't care what god is in control of where. He's only about making money. And he doesn't need any one particular government to make money. He's a rogue. He's a thief. I mean, he's going to steal money. He's going to run the black market if he can. He's going to be fine. Excuse me. Just trying to get a look over here. So there's that. I mean, excuse me, man. Got a lot of phlegm in my throat today. So I was like, I don't think he'd be a good fit. I mean, there's really nothing that anyone can offer him that would make him want to go back out and be an adventurer again. Then I have a character, a paladin, by the name of Gabriel, who is currently MIA. At the end of the campaign that he was in, he left the world. He went to fight devils and demons, did not feel he belonged, you know, where he had found himself. Just, he had to go. And so the question is, where the heck did he go? Where is he? No one knows. He just one day got up and left. Okay, so I gotta get over this. And I'm about to run. Oh gosh, no, no, no. Don't die. Oof. So he's missing. No one knows where he's at. So he's really not a viable option because him showing up, it's been, 5-6 years since that storyline played out. Like, him all of a sudden returning would be a big deal, but at the same time, I feel it would distract from the overall... Oh, gosh. It would distract from the overall purpose of the game in a way. Like, him returning might be a bigger deal somewhat than the other storyline. So that then leads really only one character, and this is where things are going to get really confusing. Let me make a stove or a furnace really quick. So, I told you about the evil elf that was killed and then became a god and all that about my character. Well, we played another game where all the people were from a barbarian tribe, and unfortunately, my character died during early parts of that game. And to, again, try to not be the leader of the group, I talked the DM into letting me play the same evil elf character, but this time good. And how it got explained was, when the female leader of the evil campaign killed him, he didn't quite die. He was on the verge of dying when a group of people found him and brought him in. Now, this group of people are actually of his same race, but they have abandoned the evil tendencies of the race and have turned to be good people. They saved him, brought him in, and rehabilitated him to be a good guy. And now you might be asking yourself, but wait, I thought he died, came back as an undead. He did. The undead, now god version, is actually not the real version of the character. It was a fake created by another god to try to gain power by putting the blame on the main god. As I said, it's confusing. I'm gonna cut through here real quick. And so the character was once again used for a game, for this barbarian game. Still mute, essentially still the same character, but now a little more reserved. He isn't evil, but essentially the same character. I'm getting into new territory here. And so the DM, the Dungeon Master, let me do it. He let me bring this character back, which I was greatly appreciative because I really have enjoyed playing the character. It is actually hard to play a character who can't speak. Because when you have an idea, you've got to be like, all right, how do I tell the group, what I'm thinking? How do I get this across to the group in a way that they will listen to me, who normally doesn't speak? So, Well, at the end of that Barbarians campaign, my character found out about the alternate evil version of him coming to power. And he knew that he would be at risk if he didn't go into hiding. So he went to this large city and sought the protection of the leader of the city, because she's extremely powerful and she has extremely powerful friends. He felt it was a safe place to try to seek refuge. And this leads us now to this game. I'm going to be playing the good version of the character who is setting out to kill the evil version. And I'm sure even Max is like, okay, I'm confused. I'm lost here. And I apologize for that. It was bound to happen. Where is this slimy slime? There he is. Hello, Mr. Slime. You're making a racket. And so, the last couple days, our group of friends has been talking about exactly how we're going to play this out. It's looking like we are going to play the game. It's just a question of, how is this going to work now? Because none of the characters that are being played have ever really done anything together, as far as I know. I think there's two. The leader of the city and another character have had a lot of interactions, but they're not like... I don't think they were played at the same time. I could be wrong. It was before I moved into the area. So we've just been kind of going through, like, okay, who's going to be... you're playing this character, so you're going to be filling this role of the cleric. You're going to be filling this role of, the main fighter character, the tank, as it is called oftentimes. Which, I was like, okay, so who's going to be playing the main toe-to-toe fighter? Turns out, it's me, my guy who wears light armor and uses light weapons, is going to be... I don't have any arrows, dang it. Is going to be the tank. Add into that, I was like, okay, so who's the rogue? Well, funny enough, it's me. So I am the main toe-to-toe fighter, and I am the sneaky fighter. Oh gosh, that's coming right down on top of me. So yeah, I'll be wearing a lot of hats for this game, which I've done in the past with other characters. I just wasn't expecting it, I guess. I thought someone else had a sneaky character to be the rogue, but apparently not. Alright, so I want to get up there. But needless to say, I think we are all kind of looking forward to it. We've talked about doing a bit of a return campaign, just kind of, rehash some old characters and whatnot. So that is what it's going to be. Now we just got to see how it's going to play out. Oh. Okay. All's good and all's good. Whoa, brother. Are you in here? Yes, you are. Oh. And so that's kind of been what has been our discussion for Dungeons & Dragons games lately. I still plan to run tomorrow as of the recording of this video. And I'm hoping to have a good game session. The wife has been, oh god, wife has been really worn out from work, so I'm hoping that she's not too exhausted. And one of the other guys is not feeling the greatest, but he says he's good to play, so hopefully he's good to play. I'm trying to get up here to this gold. Alright, so yeah, that was that. I'm going to be bringing back an old character who is a mute, but will be essentially very important to the storyline because we are going to go and kill some form of him. Okay, I need to find my way out of here. Alright, I'm going to get this iron here real quick. Alright, I'm in a minute. I'm going to mine myself up some coal. Right, no, you go away then. You're being a butthead. Alright. Trying to think what else. Right now I'm just really excited for that game. I've always really liked this character, and even though I've now played him as his original living evil form, his undead evil form, and now his good form. Will be interesting to see how it plays out. Maybe I can play him in the future as a good undead form. I don't know. But I'm gonna get out to the surface, see where I'm at, and see what we can do here. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It had to be close to the surface. Let's try to figure out where I'm at. Aha! There is my little area. Alright everybody, I'm going to end the episode there. Sorry if I kind of rambled about Dungeons & Dragons a little bit, if it confused you storyline-wise. I just wasn't in the mood to do any building. Kind of wanted to just mine, gather some resources, and kick back for a little bit. But as I said, thank you for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, comment down below. Have a great day. Bye.